man. Gary Russell, man. First, I haven't spoken to you since your last fight, man. Hell of a performance, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but it's Mr. Gary Russell.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gary Russell. Absolutely right. Mr. Gary Russell,
That's
man.
right. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. all day in the paint.
Yeah. Talk about that fight,
Thank you,
real
man. I appreciate that. I
mm-hmm.
appreciate the compliment on my performance.
Mm-hmm. First 8 rounds. First 8 rounds.
I thought it was a hell of a performance.
Mm-hmm.
A hell of a performance. You know, I knew we had a tough competitor in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he'll be able to beat any of the top guys in the upper echelon in our weight division or any of the champions. He'll definitely get them problems or run for their money. Mm-hmm. You know, I made this shit look easy though. The first 6, 7 rounds, I made that shit completely easy until I decided to step forward.
Did you, in that fight, did you expect more or less? Because the first 6 rounds, it looked like, I mean, you basically outclassed them.
No, that's exactly what I expected. I knew he was going to be physically tough. Mm-hmm. You know, the Mongolian people, man, you know, you got to take your hat off to them. They've been warriors. I mean, you heard the story of the Mongolian people, man. Mm-hmm. You know, they've been taking over in warriors ever since, you know, so I expected him to bring his best. You know, I knew he was more technically sound than a lot of the other guys, but I knew he lacked the foot speed. He was technically sound, but I knew he lacked the foot speed. I knew my hand speed would play a big factor, my ring generalship, and just my IQ, my ability to make a person question, you know, throwing shots, because whenever they do throw a shot and they overcommit and they miss, they know they're going to get counted with 1 or 2, so you can't really afford to make mistakes with me.
Sure.
You know, so I make them pay for the mistakes. You know, and I expected that. I expected my hand speed and stuff was going to definitely dictate the fight. I knew he wasn't going to be able to get past my jab. There's nothing they was going to be able to do to close the distance unless I wanted him to. You know, I knew on the back end of the fight, I was going to put my hands up after I put about 6, 7, 8 rounds in the bank. I was going to put my hands up, you know, and walk forward and then make it a little entertaining, walk forward, close the distance, and show that I can be equally as comfortable, you know, walking a guy down, closing the distance as I am outside boxing.
I'm going to say this. You did one thing wrong in that fight that I can say for most male boxing fans.
I got to hear this shit.
You did not put the Instagram names of those women that walked you out. Nigga, I was like, man, I'm trying to see more.
Hey, look, you know, I'm a king, man. I'm a king, and I conduct myself as such. You know, I thought it was a brilliant idea, you know, to come out. You know, I am definitely a king. You know, and like I said, I conduct myself as such. You know, I wanted to show the world that this is how I am and this is me, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. And then I also, you know, I knew he was from Mongolia, so I wanted him to feel real welcome. So that was the reason why I chose Coming to America.
Oh,
you know,
man,
the soundtrack. You know, so it was sweet. They say that's going to be one of the best ring walks of 2020.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Well, it's definitely going to win by a landslide now because it looks like the boxing world's going to take a huge hiatus. Speaking of next, and before you walked in the ring, you mentioned on somebody's interview that Leo Santa Cruz was promised you. Any discussions as it relates to Leo Santa Cruz at 126, or the goal is to go to 135 as you suggested last week?
We ain't having discussions about Leo at 26 or anything like that. You know, like I say, I want to move up in weight. Leo is a guy that I definitely wanted to fight. You know, I still would love to fight Leo. But I'm tired of chasing. We've been in the same weight division for the last 5 years. I mean, I've been the champion for the last 5 years.
Sure.
We could have been made a fight happen. You know, I'm tired of chasing these guys around or picking on these guys that's not willing to fight back. It takes the fun out of it. We're in the gladiator and the barbaric sport. I want somebody that's going to fight. I'm willing to put it all on the line. So now it's getting to a point where, though, apparently I can't get the fights that I want in the weight division that I'm in. Now I have to give these bigger guys, you know, a definite size advantage. and et cetera, you know, just so I can get fights. But I'm a real fighter, so I'm willing to do it. I don't care about what the outcome is, you know. I don't care what the outcome is, or et cetera. I just want to fight. I want to fight whoever they feel as though the best. When I move up in weight to 135, because I'm skipping the weight division, I'll be moving 2 weight divisions up, and I don't want no tune-up fights. I want to fight the best guys that there is in that division. You know, whether they're bigger than me or not. I mean, realistically, that's if we want to keep it all the way 100. I don't care who you are, fan, critic, etc. If you look at my skill set, my hand speed, and everything that I bring into the ring, there's nobody out there that possesses everything that I have. The only difference that you would give them, or edge that you would give them, would be a physical type, would be something physical, because they're bigger than me and they're stronger than me. So you'll probably expect, or you think that they're stronger than me and they'll probably hit harder. So this is why you'll give them the edge. But other than that, that's the only thing that you'll probably give. Ain't nothing out here fucking with me.
Why not a pit stop at 130 and go beat up Oscar Valdez? You know what I mean? Go.
It ain't nobody won at 130. I was only going to stop at 130 because Kevin Farmer said he wanted to fight. He said he wanted to fight me if he beat if he beat Jojo Diaz. Once again, I take my hat off to Jojo. Hell of a competitor. I knew he was going to become a champion. You know, he did. He definitely just wasn't going to be able to become it on that night. You know, but I knew he was going to become a champion, man. And he broke his foot off in Kevin Farmer ass. And I actually put some money on that fight on JoJo.
Oh,
so
did you?
I appreciate it, JoJo. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, JoJo spars in my gym, so I know him very well. You know what I mean? He does a lot of rounds with some of the fighters I train with. Now, you say 135. You and Devin Haney has been going back and forth. You told him his dad said something, and he basically said, you're too small. I'm at 135. I'm waiting on you. I'm bigger than you. And what's your response to Devin Haney basically saying you're out of your league?
He's a fighter. That's what he's supposed to say.
Absolutely.
It's refreshing to get that type of energy from a fighter. That's what a fighter's supposed to sound like.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? That's what a fighter's supposed to sound like. Nonetheless, you know, I mean, his father never really came out of pocket or said anything disrespectful or anything like that. I actually like his father. You know, I never really met Devin Haney. You know, I don't even think I ever really had a conversation with him.
Okay.
You know, but I definitely talked to his dad before. You know, I like his father. His father's cool. I think someone had asked his father in the interview, because they heard that I said I would move up to 135 or something like that, and I guess they asked his dad, well, what do you think about Gary Russell? You know, and his father was like, well, I don't think Gary wants that. You know, so I'm like, well, shit, his father feel real confident. Shit, that sounds good. I like that energy. That's the shit I'm attracted to. I like that.
I bet.
I need some of that.
I bet.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Finally. Finally, you know what I'm saying? So somebody that's willing to put it on the line. That's what's up. So, you know, Devin Haney said whatever he said. Once I put my thing out, show my weight and let everybody know that it is real. I do have the ability to fluctuate my weight and move up and be 135. You know, and he made the statement and was like, he's only 143 soaking wet. I replied, I thought that was a funny comment, you know, because I replied back, all I have to be is 135 for the commissioner to say the fights will go.
Facts.
Yeah. You know, so I don't care if I'm net soaking wet or whatever. All I got to be is 135 for the commissioner to say the fights will go. We can make it happen.
Now, he was saying basically that you're too small, he's too big. What's the mindset of Gary Russell? Obviously, you have to give up something to get the fights now because you were definitely too fucking good at 126. What's the mindset of Gary Russell knowing that Devin Haney is physically bigger than you?
It's the same as it will always be. It doesn't change. It doesn't really change. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man at the end of the day. You know, I'm a fighter. It's a perfect sport for me to be in. I'm a naturally aggressive type of individual. You know, so it's perfect for me to be in this sport. You know, if I was outside on the street or etc., and a guy came up to me and he was 200 pounds, and his mannerism and everything was aggressive and etc., I wouldn't give a fuck how big he was. We gonna have to fight.
Gotcha.
You better put your hands up, and you better be ready. A real, but be ready for real. You know, that's just my mentality. You know, I'm a man at the end of the day. You know, and so the Creator has blessed me with it, and I'm going to stand on them firm, and I'm going to stand on them for everything that I have. So, I mean, that's just.
I'm losing you, Gary. You moving a little bit? I'm losing you a little bit.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. You know, I was just saying that's just pretty much what it is. But like I said, it's refreshed. You
know, now, one of his goals is to have a common opponent of yours, and he said something, and you actually responded to on AB Boxing News. Shout out to. He lost him. I'm gonna call Gary right back. Lost him. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget, we go live every night during quarantine, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Feel free to join. Feel free to join the conversation. He's probably calling me and I'm calling him. That's probably exactly what's happening. I'm gonna let him call me back because I know that's what he's probably in a bad area, and he'll call me back. But yeah, man. I'm excited about that Gary Russell, Devin Haney fight. I think it's a great fight for us. I think it brings out. There he is, right there. Hey, what up, G. Russell? Oh, excuse me, Mr. Gary Russell. Excuse me, Mr. Gary Russell Jr.
Man, shit, no, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Man, your ceiling's too high, man. You got the signals bouncing off everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, man. That shit too was too real. The frequency was getting too high.
Yeah, he wants your potential common opponent that you may have, and he actually said something. You actually responded to it. He said that no white boy can beat him, and on AB's box, shout out to AB Boxing News, you actually said on his channel that you thought it was a jab at you.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a jab at me. I mean, I lost to Lomachenko. You know, I lost to Lomachenko. I guess that's probably what he was talking about. I mean, the only thing I could possibly think he could be talking about. Lomachenko's in his weight division. You know, that's the fight that could possibly happen. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. He's entitled to his opinion. He's a fighter. I just want to make a fight happen.
Yeah. You know what I find so ironic in that situation? Our last interview you and I did in July, you actually told me, feel free to fix my quote, but I'm just going to paraphrase it. You said, "I want that white boy." Did you say something like that?
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah. And so why I find that so ironic is because you said, "I want that white boy," and Devin says, "Ain't no white boy gonna beat me." And the world went into an uproar. They kind of held his hand, and since he's apologized for those comments, can you elaborate on like what would you have? Go ahead.
For real. Devin Haney, he's young. You know, I mean, like I said, I like his energy, but he's young. And if he was listening to this, I tell him from an older man to a younger man, you know, you don't gotta retract your statements. If that's how you feel, stand on what the fuck you feel.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. That's actually admirable. We didn't catch that second half of that statement, G. I mean, excuse me, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. I mean, your house is too big, man. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying, as men at some point in life, you're gonna have to learn how to be able to do that. Man, stand on what you mean. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You gotta stand on it. You don't gotta change what you feel because you feel like somebody else or people are saying something about it. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But he's a young man and he's still growing and he's still developing. But hopefully he hear this and he understand what I'm saying or he'll catch on.
That's actually admirable that you would give him those words of wisdom, knowing that quite potentially out of this quarantine, that's a hot fight in the DMV area. I mean, hot fight, sold out as soon as you announce the fight.
I mean, shit. I mean, it ain't personal. It's just business.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't personal. It's just business. At the end of the day, I understand that I do have people that look up to me and et cetera. I want to be able to create that template as a good image, or you don't even necessarily have to use my image. You can use some of the mistakes that I've made in life as well, for your benefit. And I feel as though it's my job to play it forward if I have the possibility to. That's all.
Yeah, I was I had the conversation with we went live. We had a few thousand people in there, and I was telling people, I was like, yeah, we can be angry, and because no group of black people never ever want a black man to apologize to a white man, right? And they deem it as like, man, like taking the back step. And then I tell people, I mean, Malcolm X was Malcolm Little before he became Malcolm X. You know what I mean? So I think that there is a learning curve in life. You know what I mean? And I think accountability comes at different people's points in their life. You know what I mean? Some people get it at 20. Some people get it at 25, 30, 35. You know what I'm saying? man, your house too big, man. Your house too big, dog.
I don't know, man. You moving around.
Man, I got 5 bars. I'm in the office. I got 5 bars, man. No, I was saying that before Malcolm X became Malcolm X, he was Malcolm Little, and he did 7 years in jail. So I think that Frederick Douglass said sometimes without struggle, there's no progress. You know what I mean? I think this is a hiccup, but I definitely think that Devin Haney can recover from this, because he took a huge hit, you know what I mean, in terms of pressure.
Yeah. I mean, but like I say, situations like this builds character.
Absolutely.
It builds character. Some people look at that glass half empty and some people can look at the glass half full. It depends on what your perspective of it is.
To change pace a little bit, the Paulie Malignaggi commentated on your last fight. Did you have any thoughts on Paulie's commentary on your last fight? Because I got to tell you what he said yesterday, and if you have no idea, I just want you to hear what he says. But I'm just curious as your thoughts on his commentary before I play the clip.
His commentary on what? On my particular fight?
On your last fight you just had.
You want me to single out Paulie itself solely? I mean, I think, to be honest with you, I disagree with some of the stuff that was being said because it seems like they were making shit up to like keep the fans interested or something. I don't know.
Right.
Or giving the fans something else. I was outclassing this guy so much that it was nothing for them to possibly really say about him or what he was doing, and it got to the point that it was somewhat ridiculous that they were saying shit. And I'm like, or it was certain rounds they would say, well, I think, yeah, that was probably a good round for him. He probably could have took that round. And I would really go back and rewind the whole fucking round. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck none of these commentators are talking about because I beat that ass good that round. I think that's something that maybe they have to do to try to just to keep it interesting or something like that. But at least be honest about it. You know, don't try to sway the fans' thoughts or judgments and make the fans feel like they seeing some other shit.
Let me play a clip for you. He said yesterday, because I think it correlates to quite possibly one of your principles in life and how you live.
Join into the race conversations is because this is one of the exact to join into the race conversations is because this is one of the exact examples of why I don't believe there is racial oppression in 2020 in this century. I believe there has been, sure, but I don't believe there's any racial oppression today. I believe it's all made up, and I believe it's to join into the race conversations is because this is one of the exact examples of why I don't believe there is racial oppression in 2020 in this century. I believe there has been, sure, but I don't believe there's any racial oppression today. I believe.
So
I think it was a little distorted. So you'll probably have to tell me exactly what it was.
Okay, he said in 2020 there's no such thing as racial oppression. It's made up.
I think that shit is ridiculous to say. I completely disagree with that. It's definitely a racial oppression. You know, and that what was that statement based upon anyway? Why would he make that statement?
It was in context with Devin. It gets better. Oh man, because you fought Lomachenko, so I'm going to preface everything for you. It was making reference to Devin Haney about no white boy can beat him, and he basically said at the turn of the century, the Eastern Europeans became the best fighters in the world. Blacks had their turn, but but now this century, blacks are not the most dominant fighters in boxing, and the Eastern Europeans are. And which led him to saying, as it relates to race, that there's no such thing as racial oppression. It's all made up in 2020.
Well, I think that's just crazy because how is it that Lomachenko is a franchise champion? How is it Lomachenko the franchise champion? How long did he have the title at 135?
He hasn't even defended the belt yet. He's never defended it.
He never even defended the title at 135. He's a WBC lightweight champion, and he's never defended it. But he is the franchise champion, which means that he doesn't have to deal with any mandatory challengers or anything like that. All the guys that I compete against or that I've been fighting, because none of the other challengers wanted to fight, has been the number one guy, the best guy of the champion. You know, the best guy other than the champion. I'm not the number one. I'm the champion. The number one guy was the mandatory that I've been competing against, all the guys that I've been facing. You know, so what that did was that exempted Lomachenko. That made him exempt to have to face the guys that really can fight, that work their way all the way up the ranking, to challenge the champion for the title. You know, but here you have the WBC featherweight champion, the longest reigning champion, current up to date, period, hands down. I'm not a franchise champion. That seems like favoritism to me.
Absolutely. And I actually asked Mauricio Suleiman about you and Deontay Wilder prior to Deontay Wilder's last fight against Tyson Fury. He said they have to have exceptional merit. That was his exact term, exceptional merit. And I said to him,
what's the definition of that?
Merit meaning like you in your community, your exceptional character, you're caring, you're a trailblazer for the WBC. And then I actually told him, I said, don't you know Gary Russell has camps? He volunteers. He and his entire family has a gym in the city. They donate, they give time, they put on free. I saw you put on free health clinics. And I said, isn't he worthy of that? And he says, and then he basically reiterated his stance. Well, you understand what I'm saying as it relates to you not receiving it, you know, or even having the chance to decline it or accept it, you know. So That's what he told me. Exceptional merit was his exact words.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kind of trumps what Paulie said.
Right. You're exactly right. Hey, but you know the irony about it? You use the word Trump.
Exactly. You know, and I said that purposely.
Yeah, man. So,
you know, but I mean, I guess that was the. I mean, and it was funny because when Paulie lost to Adrian Broner,
mm-hmm.
and he got in the ring with the commentator. Do you remember what Paulie said?
He was robbed. I remember him saying he was robbed. But outside,
he said he was robbed because of what?
Oh yeah, because he's black. He did.
No, he said he was. He said because he was black. He said he was robbed.
Oh, the corner.
He said he was
promoter.
robbed because it's always the more connected. It's always the more, you know, the one that's more connected.
The blue
whoever
corner, the
gets
red
the
corner.
You know, all of that stuff is all connected. You know, so that was him speaking on favoritism and how it works. That shit is definitely still here today. I was just using that as an example. You know, of course he's not of the ethnicity, you know, of Lomachenko, but I'm using that as an example that the shit is happening. It definitely happened.
Yeah, but and you know what I think about Paul? He didn't understand that was that blanket statement, like the oppression that the Latinos get, the Asians in America, you know, the Jews in America. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he fully grasps that he's not just talking about blacks. He's talking about like every other ethnicity that resides in America. You know, Muslims.
Right.
You know, so it's I in my humble opinion, I think CBS and Showtime and Steven Espinoza got to address this somehow because if you have, I mean, in my humble opinion, I don't think I never look for anyone to have a level of empathy for me. It feels great when you have a level of empathy, but I don't even think Paulie has a level of sympathy at this point, you know, like for fighters and their histories. And how about the Cubans coming over, going to Mexico, then got to sneak in through America, you know, the Ray Beltrans of the world who only got a visa here because he was a world champion. And the stories go on and on and on, you know. So I think that
I never really, I always thought Paulie was pretty cool. You know, I never had any issues with Paulie.
Me either.
People is entitled to their opinions. You know, this one I definitely disagree with. You know, I definitely disagree with that one. Definitely.
Yeah. Speaking of the WBC, Devin Haney was actually, I failed to mention this prior to the Paulie conversation. He was reinstated today as a WBC champion. Do you get merit because you're a 126 champion to come straight up and fight for the title, or do you have to show status at 135?
Nah, I think I probably can be able to get merit. That's something that we'll probably have to talk about or discuss. And discuss. I do remember them saying that it's certain criteria that if the fans were to see that the fight was good enough or it would be entertaining enough or something like that, then they would make the fight happen. You know, sometimes that would trump a mandatory or something like that, you know. So if it was a fight of a certain caliber or certain standards, then it would trump that. But shit, who wouldn't want to see?
No, I'm there. I'm there.
Mr. Russell Jr., the longest reigning champion of the date fight, you know, a young lion, you know what I'm saying, that apparently no one is trying to face at this point in their career. You know, Barry Russell Jr. is jumping up 2 weight divisions because no one in his weight division is willing to give him the fight. So he's jumping 2 weight divisions to fight the guy that don't nobody else want to fight. What the fuck?
Damn. that's tough, man. And I think it sells well. It's a instant gratification fight. And speaking of instant gratification, I know you sat next to Eddie Hearn at the fight at the MGM. Have you had any conversations?
Hey, you want to know something funny? This is a crazy fuck.
Go ahead.
I was actually at that fight. I don't even remember the fight. And to be honest with you, to this day, I've never really seen Devin Haney fight. You know, I never really seen him fight. You know, I seen a couple clippings of him on social media and stuff like that. You know, but I never really seen him fight though. That's the real part. But it doesn't really matter. You know, it doesn't really matter.
Have you reached out to Eddie Hearn? Because I know you're in charge of your own business, pretty much. Have you reached out to Eddie Hearn, or has he reached out to you as it pertains to potentially making that fight happen after post-quarantine?
No, I haven't reached out to Eddie, and Eddie hasn't reached out to me neither. You know, but I'm like I say, I'm in the gym every day. As of now, I still got the title at 126. I haven't vacated my title. You know, but when the lights come back on and shit gets moving around, I still want to fight whoever the best is, whoever they feel the best is. If Devin Haney is the first person that raised his hand. Shit, he's the first one that raised his hand. So that's the only reason why I was like, oh, all right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I actually think you guys were in similar positions because no one really raised their hand to fight y'all. You know, like Devin Haney basically called out everyone at 135. I mean, at 126, no one spoke English. You know what I mean? Pun intended. You know what I mean? It was like, man, it was like, you can't get a fight at 120. And I've been screaming for years. Like, when do y'all motherfuckers? I tell Abner, when are you going to fight motherfucking Gary Russell? You know what I mean? Well, Leo Santa Cruz.
They don't want to fight me. They don't want to fight me. They know what it is, man. They picking and choosing. These dudes fighters, man, but they not real fighters, man. I got into this shit because my family was smart enough to recognize that, hey, man, my child is aggressive. We need to put him in karate, football, some sport for him to be able to release some of his aggression with testosterone. But he got a whole lot of it. You know, these other guys that got into it because maybe they just liked it and just wanted to participate in it, and just happened to have the athletic ability to be somewhere good. You know, or somebody took their bike or beat them up and they wanted to learn how to fight to be able to defend themselves and ended up being good. You know, so it's different levels to this shit, you know. So they're all good. But when you get past that surface level,
gotcha,
and now your good shit is out the way, and now you're dealing with that internal, the core. That core, what's gonna make the difference? The difference is I'm that real motherfucking monster. I'm that real motherfucking dog. If all this shit can be going all the way wrong and left, I'm still gonna rumble. Take me all the way out on my shield, and I'm still gonna be dangerous all the way to the end of this shit. You got some of these other fighters that's gonna quit. They gonna look for ways out. You touch them hard and nice to the body, they might say you hit them low. They might try to get themselves disqualified and all that because they not real men. They not real dogs. I'm one of the ones that's really out here on the prowl that's gonna bite and grab and shake anything that's moving and get close.
Speaking of going out on your shield, did you get a chance to watch the Fury Wilder fight?
Yeah, man. I ain't watched the fight. I'm lying to you. I ain't watched it. I did see clippings of the fight.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask you, like, what are some adjustments that maybe you can see Wilder? Well, based off of the limited footage that you saw, what could you say about like part 3, Fury Wilder?
To be honest with you, I felt like from the beginning he looked a little off. I felt like he looked a little off, like he looked a little weak from the beginning.
Gotcha.
To be honest with you, I'm just so grateful that Deontay has gotten to the point that he's gotten in his career. You know, because when we was on the Olympic team, he was the least experienced person on the team. You know, and for him to be able to become a world champion and to be able to generate, some wealth, to be able to be the man that the Creator has made him to be and provide for his family and his loved ones. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, it is a great story. It's a hell of a story.
You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for that, but I feel like I need to see the fight more to talk about some adjustment.
Okay.
But I do know it looked like Fury was a lot more aggressive this fight than he was in the last fight.
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely more aggressive. Definitely more aggressive. Let's change pace a little bit because our last interview, oh my God. I mean, I fielded so many damn phone calls about the last interview we did, dog. Man, damn. And the topic of conversation was Floyd Mayweather. And has there been any dialogue between you and TMT or Mayweather Promotions, Floyd Mayweather, since then, and about the Tank Davis fight at all?
Not at all.
I actually think that would be we all know that shit sells out before.
Everybody know that fight is sale.
Yeah.
Everybody know that fight is sale. I want Tank. What's up, shorty? You know what I'm saying? What's up, shorty? You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people ignorant. You know what I'm saying? It ain't personal with me and Tank. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm glad that shorty got a chance to make a little bit of money to be able to move around and do, you know what I'm saying, provide for his family. He came from a fucked up neighborhood, a fucked up area, a real messed up area. We all do this shit because we try to try to get out of this stuff,
Yeah, it's go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I'm grateful. I'm glad that he got a chance to do that. But once again, you gotta be able to stand on all 10 of them motherfuckers. You pick the wrong sport if you want to pick and choose who you gonna fight, or you gonna let somebody else call all the shots on who you gonna fight and what you gonna fight. Because I'm one of the ones that's gonna pick on you. I'm one of the ones that's gonna pick on you. I'm a real fighter, and I'm gonna tell you, you look like a sucker. What's up? I know him personally. You know what I'm saying? I do know him personally. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't never had no issue. But we're in the same weight class now. We're in the same weight class now. All that shit go out the window. We're in the same weight class. We can fight. We can fight. You want to make some money? If you can we can make some money. But right now, you looking like a sucker, shorty. You looking real sweet, man. You a whole little mob, man. Because y'all looking like y'all scared to take a risk. We in the risk business. We in the risk business. Ain't none of this shit guaranteed. Ain't none of this shit guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? We in the risk business. Oh, this shit too risky for you. You scared to shoot the dice on this end, huh? Yeah, all right. I'm one of the ones that's gonna pull around, that's gonna ride around and point out and show people that, hey, look, man, these dudes wearing skirts up under this stuff, man. They got slips on. They got slips and all that on, man. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like Jojo Diaz, I take my hat off to him. He fucking came to fight.
He did.
He came to fight. He knew what he was up against. He said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna give everything I got." And what he had wasn't enough, but shit, you know what I'm saying? I was here and I gave it everything I got. I can respect that shit. That's an old man. He's younger than me, but he's a young man, and I can respect that. What these other fighters doing, I can't respect that shit, man.
It's we left off with like Floyd Mayweather, and you was challenging him. Feel free to fix my quotes, but integrity and he was talking out of pocket. And since we last left off, I mean, obviously he's had a rough go with the passing of his the mother of his children, and Roger Mayweather passing. His daughters have basically gotten in some trouble, just to give you hit the refresh button. One of his daughters is faced up to 99 years for aggravated assault, assault with a deadly weapon, for stabbing a woman 3 times. And his other daughter,
how old was she?
She is 19, I believe. No, 21. She's 21, I think. 19 or 20. 19. She's 19. Yeah, she's an adult. Mm-hmm. And his other daughter came out 2 days ago, 3 days, or maybe yesterday, and basically said that some people don't deserve kids, and what else? And basically, you think I'm stupid, you think I'm this, you think I'm that. Do you think there's a direct correlation with the integrity you saw and how his daughters have responded to him?
I definitely think that's a direct correlation. You know, the integrity that I've seen. You know, I mean, this is the same guy that went on national television and talked ridiculous about his own dad. You know, I can't respect that. I don't care how much, how irritated or frustrated or mad you are with your father. That's some shit you keep within your household. That's not no shit that you spread amongst the entire world. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't show a certain sense of integrity of an individual that I want around. You know, and apparently it's something that was genetically inherited or that was pushed down. Man, it's crazy. I mean, I definitely feel sympathetic for his babies. You know, they definitely babies. You know, and that's crazy. I don't know what led up to the situation. I do know the fact that they are young. You got to take that into consideration. You know, that they're young, and young people kind of don't make some of the best decisions in life. You know, they definitely don't make the best decisions in life. They're definitely learning and trying to get everything situated. And,
yeah,
you know, still trying to figure things out. You know, so I can't really hold the children too accountable for it as much. You know, they have to be accountable for their own actions. So I definitely tell you that much.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, and as far as his daughter's mom or something like that passing, yeah, you know, that's just I feel bad for that as well, you know, but that's a part of life. You know, none of this shit is guaranteed to us. You know, tomorrow isn't guaranteed to nobody, you know, and that just was a freak accident. Even with his uncle. Even with his uncle, you know, that's unfortunate to hear. You know, but everybody got a date. Everybody got a date. Ain't none of this shit forever. Everybody got a date. You know, so I really can't elaborate on it too much, but he got a lot going on in his world right now.
Yeah, he got a lot. You know, and I actually exhausted my resources. Because my kind of fatherly instincts kicked in, and I would do this to you, and I hope you would do this to me. If you saw me wilding and you were like, hey, Fred, hey, what the fuck you doing, man? But his number changed. I actually reached out to him, and I sent the text to people that I knew him. I was like, tell Floyd to go get his daughters, man. Fuck the pride shit. I know she's 19, she's 15, and I know you think that things should be done a different way, but I think the pain of being a father and the natural instincts of being a father, in my humble opinion, will haunt him for a long ass time. You know what I mean? If he don't make the attempt, you know what I mean, to intervene, I just think that I mean, he says he has private jets, all the assets money can buy. I just think he just needs to make a public attempt, because I mean, he has a public life, obviously, and more importantly, a private attempt to go get his daughter, you know, to intervene and say, Daddy loves you at this point. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. No, I definitely get it. I definitely get to understand, you know, but I mean, everybody got their time, man. Everybody have their season when they gotta go through storm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about how you prepare for it, and how you be able to bounce back from it,
Mm.
and the fact that he's the individual in which that he is, his storm is magnified, his storm is magnified, and everybody around the world is knowing it and brings more light to it. So hopefully you make the right decisions, man, and get things together. Or at least attempt to anyway, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Now, y'all move with what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people minimum. Like, how do y'all, as a family, because I mean, you deal with alpha males, obviously things flare up. Just being human, just be having common sense. Me on the outside looking in. How do y'all come to solutions?
I mean, to be honest with you, we come to solutions because we understand a concept of order.
Oh, elaborate. Please teach us. No, teach me at this point.
No, I'm just saying we understand the concept of order, and what I mean by that is, I mean, even in life is the concept of order. Certain things is just innate and just has to be. So we have an issue. If I hear one of my younger brothers, they doing something, I'm going to give you just a little petty situation. If I hear one of my younger brothers, they going back and forth with each other about something, or let's say one of my brothers told somebody to go back and forth, I'm the one that'll probably walk in and be like, listen, hold on. That's your older brother. That's your older brother. If it makes sense if my younger brother has a valid point, then I get it. But it's still a certain type of order that you still have to maintain. One comes before two for a reason. So if say for instance we all go to get in the car and one of my brothers jump in the car, but one of my younger brothers get in the car, and the brother that's closer to my age get in the car, and the younger brother in the front seat, I tell his little ass, my little brother, the oldest one, he'd tell him, Charlie, you already know what time it is, get in the back. And he's just like, fuck, and just get in the back. He's like, oh man, I already know. So he just get in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just little, but we use that concept towards everything. Disagreements, etc. Even if it's a disagreement, even if the younger one is correct, the older one will understand what it is. We'll take heed to it, but it's still a certain type of way, a certain type of mannerism, a certain type of delivery, and etc. that has to be done. Tone, all of that shit matters. All of that shit matters. But we got a good grasp of a concept of order within not just our household, but just amongst the siblings as well. So I think that's what kind of makes things a lot easier with us.
What's been the toughest moments of your career personally? Or challenging?
Shit, when I lost my first fight. When I lost that motherfucking fight, I was mad as a motherfucker. And the thing is, I was mad at myself. I was mad that I wasn't 100%. And it's funny because I'm never 100%. I've never been in a fight 100%. It was always some little nick or something wrong or something that wasn't right, a stupid injury or something like that. It could be just a finger or something. I'm never really 100% going into a fight, but this fight I was completely exhausted. I took all of my energy I wasted it all in the sauna, cutting 4 or 5 pounds, in sauna. I think that was one of the toughest moments in my career. And it is so funny, man, because if I had the intelligence and the smarts and the wit that I do now, I would have did things so much differently. I did things so much differently. If I would have had to go through that right now, what I would have done, because our scale was off. So when we got there, the scale, we was 5.5 pounds over. We had to lose that shit. And I didn't understand it. If I was smart and I had intelligence now, I would have just said, fuck, find me. They find me, go ahead, take this money, take the extra money. It's no problem. I for all the energy and nutrients to perform the way that I want to. I would have beat that ass, but I wouldn't have gotten the title. You know, that's what I would have done differently if I had the opportunity to do it again. You know, but I don't cry with spilled milk. I just keep pushing and keep it moving.
What's your take on the promotion of Lomachenko?
I mean, shit, they promote. They do a good job promoting the people that they want to promote. I can't say it no simpler than that. You know, they can make it. They can make anybody a superstar overnight if they keep playing them on TV every 5 to 10 minutes, and you know. So
now at 135, he's obviously at 135. What pecking order would you want at 135 if you had a genie to say, I'm gonna give you your next 3 fights at 135? Who would they be?
That's a good one. Damn. Let me put him in order.
Sure. 3 to 1 or 1 to 3, your choice.
Don't Lomachenko, ain't he? You talking about like as soon as the lights come out, go on, who I can fight right immediately?
Yeah, like say like.
Yeah. All right. So I gotta be realistic about this shit.
No, it's no realistic. It's just whoever you say you want to fight first, second, and third. How would you want to do it?
Oh no, I want to fight Lomachenko first. I want to fight him first. I want to fight him off the rip.
You want that back, huh? You want that run back bad.
I want to fight him off the rip.
Damn, I would hate to be your little brother that beat you with basketball in the backyard. You know what I mean? Nigga, we playing again. You throw the ball with his chest like in love and basketball and shit.
Right.
Man.
Nah, I want him. You know, then I want Tank. Yeah, then I want Tank. Then I guess Devin Haney, because he was the first one to raise his hand.
Okay. Damn, that's a hell of a lineup. That's a hell of a lineup. And
I'm a fighter, man. I'm a fighter. I'm the type of person that I want to fight you. Fuck that. I want to fight.
That was my phone. That was my phone that time. That was my phone that time. Shit, he'll call right back. Oh man, that's a hell of a lineup. 1 through 3. 1 Lomachenko, 2 Tank Davis, 3 Devin Haney. All those great fights, all those sellouts. Everyone walks away happy, get their money, and yeah, those fights make sense. He should be calling back any second. Yeah, I just saw. I guess the wind is blowing my damn. The wind is blowing. Let me see if he'll call in. Let me call him.
You have reached the voice.
Oh, I can't do that. Y'all gonna get his number. He's calling me and I'm calling him for sure. Let me take the Wi-Fi off. All right, cool. All right, there we go. That was me that time. I saw my shit drop to 0. That was me. Now I know next time I'm just gonna give people the computer phone so that way it just goes cyberly, because I think that was me. So it might have been me the last time, but what I was saying, that is a hell of a lineup. That's a hell of a lineup. And do you see 140 or you think 135 is the cap?
130. What you mean?
I apologize. 135.
How big is that?
Yeah. How high do you think you can go up, just based off of your sparring that you've done?
Oh no, I bring all my sparring in big. All my sparring partners be about 140, 145.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I don't necessarily have to be that weight to participate and fight someone that competes in that weight. You know, I'm a true fucking fighter. If somebody at 140 said that they wanted to fight me and I felt as though it was a relevant enough fight or it was a good enough fight to be like, oh, he can really fight. If I thought that, you know, he can fight, all right, shit, I'll fight him. I'm a real fighter.
Yeah. And we believe it. Hey, you was on pace to fight at least twice this year, man.
Say that again?
You was on pace to fight at least twice this year, man.
Man, I know, man.
God damn, man. You fought early and you had 10 months to play with, man. Damn.
Man, tell me about it. And look, and still in the gym.
And still in the gym. How are you able to keep the weight on? Because you're probably losing. You're probably losing. My kid's about to go take a boat shot. Let me finish this interview. Okay. And so how are you able to keep the weight on?
Shit, I gotta eat.
And
the thing is, this is the thing though, like when I'm in camp, I'm one of those type of people, you know, I never really get big because my mind is trained. A lot of people eat out of repetition. You know, just throughout your regular day, you just could think, be like, damn, did I eat anything today?
Gotcha.
Man, I'm about to go get something to eat. And just go get something to eat. Probably not really hungry, but you're just going to go get something to eat. You know, and I've learned to train myself to not just to eat, just to eat. You know, to not just to eat, you know, and it helps me cut weight. You know, whenever I do eat, I eat for energy. Especially when I'm getting ready for fights. I'm going to put something in my body that I know is going to give my body the energy and the nutrition and everything that it needs to keep pushing. You know, now, because I'm trying to gain weight, I'm breaking my schedule a lot more frequently. I'm making myself eat a little more often, you know, but I still have to eat, you know, to put it on, because I be in the gym and work out and then I be like, all right, I got to go get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I got to put it on because I work out, and you're right, I work it off.
Yeah, because you're working out every day, you know what I mean? So it's
That's right. And then I don't got no bullshit work ethics.
How do you think your brother's careers are coming right now?
I think they're okay. I wish they was moving a little faster than what they are. I definitely feel as though that my younger brothers have the ability to hold their own and beat and compete with any of these guys that's in the top echelon of their division. You know, and it is a champion.
What are some like besides chess? Oh, and by the way, L is still gloating. You know, he's still gloating. He said, "Man, I beat he said, "I beat Gary Russell." Now I'm gonna tell him it's Mr. Gary Russell Jr. every time he says that shit to me.
See, he ain't know that he got caught. He got himself caught up because I told him. I said, "Listen, only way we gonna play this game." I said, "If you beat me in the game of chess, you gotta at least spar me around."
Oh yeah.
So
he'll spar you. He'll spar you. He'll spar you. He'll spar you.
He owed me around. He owed me around.
Oh God, that would be.
I know I needed that.
Yeah, that'll be cool, man. Because I mean, he was a good amateur. He just never turned pro. So that'll be dope. Maybe you'll inspire him to turn pro and at least give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What did we miss? Anything we missed?
Nah, you was asking a question though. You said what?
Oh yeah. What do y'all do besides chess? What brings y'all together besides boxing and chess? The brothers and dad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we just a family in general. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what we do. Our family is everything. That's what we pour our energy from. That's what we drive from. You know, I mean, of course, I have my own family, me, my wife, and my children. You know, so you know, but that's my mom right there.
Is it tough? Because I get a lot of resistance. I'm gonna speak for myself. I get a lot of resistance because I always advocate for Black fighters and the things that they're going through. In your dealings in boxing, in the ring, business of boxing, obviously, with your family, has it been tough navigating boxing based off of the stance that you guys have publicly taken as it relates to our culture? Excuse me.
Wait. Say that again.
I said has it been challenging, or what obstacles have y'all had to overcome as it relates to y'all stance and the love of culture? Our culture. I'm not trying to separate myself, but
I don't really feel like there's been any obstacles or anything like that because I'm the type of person that I'm going to say what I say. I'm going to say exactly what I feel, and I'm gonna stand on it. You know, and I don't care what anybody thinks or what anybody feels or etc. You know, if I feel that way, that's just what it is. You know, and my fans, my culture, my people, and even people that's not from my culture, they can understand and still relate because I'm pretty sure they feel the same. You know, so it's nothing. I mean, I'm just noble. Yeah, I guess.
You're back, right? Damn, that is my phone. God damn. All right, you back? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
that's me. That's totally my phone. Next time we do this, I'm gonna give you the computer number, so we ain't got to worry about that. But it's amazing you've never had any obstacles. But that speaks to your mindset, though. You know, I mean, like maybe you're not gonna do it any other way. You know, I mean, this is the only way to do it. You know, so there's no reason to even see it no other way.
I'm not a puppet. I'm not a puppet. I'm not going to be a puppet. You know, I'm going to stand on everything that I believe in. You know, that's one of the reasons why I like Muhammad Ali so much. You know, I'm not going to say that I didn't like him as a fighter, but I wasn't a big. I didn't like him so much for his fighting. I liked him more for what he stood for and how he conducted himself. He stood for what he believed in, you know. And as a young man, I could respect that. You know, it was very noble of him to conduct himself that way. You know, he was a great role model. You know, for fighters and it's not just fighters, for people in general.
Yeah.
You know, but he was a good role model for people that was in a position to be seen. But hey, that, hey, you know, you can be yourself no matter what. Don't let nobody change you to make you feel as though that you have to conform yourself or act a certain way or do this or talk a certain way. Be who you are.
Yeah, he gave up a lot. He gave up a lot of money, gave up some prime years as well, you know. And some may say it may have made him a better person.
Well, I take it back because that could be some of the reasons I up on that level. I don't know.
Got you. Got you. All right, you're back now. Mr. Gary Russell Jr., you there? Okay, yeah, my other phone. What did we miss? Anything else? Oh, you got your mask. I heard that in another interview. You about to start selling the ice mask. The ice mask you're gonna sell. I heard that in the interview.
I mean, well, are you talking about the Inswell?
Yeah, the Inswell. The Inswell. Yeah, the Inswell. There we go.
We got a patent and everything. We still doing up the finishing touches on how we want to actually go about dispersing them and stuff like that. I think it's something that'll be real cool. You know, anybody in the sport of boxing or in any type of contact sport, you know, they would love to want to utilize something like that. Or who wouldn't want to have their own personal, you know, mold of their own face? I thought it was very creative to have an Inswell, you know, and we got our own. You know, a lot of times when you take the Inswell and you rub it across the guy's face, you know, sometimes that creates more damage. You know what I'm saying? It creates more damage. You know what I'm saying? When you're pushing that metal up against the person's face and you're rubbing and scraping it, you're softening up the tissue that's already, you know, distorted and et cetera. You know, so when you got a actual mold of the face at its natural state, at its natural form, you know, and you get a nice, you know, you get it and you got the mask, and when you ready to fight or anything happens, when you put the mask on, it covers the entire face. It still leaves you room to breathe, to talk, and also leaves you room to get water and etc. And not only that, it gives you more room. It actually cools you down while also compressing whatever the dysfunction is on your face, because it gets your whole face. You know, so there's a couple of things at one time. You know, I think it's very creative. Something that's very creative. I want to do something to make a difference in the sport of boxing. Not only just be a fighter, you know, but to actually leave something else behind other than just videos of me fighting.
I got some maybe one more question for you. What's the weirdest thought you've ever had in the ring or thought about your opponent? I always wondered, because I mean, I've never competed in boxing, but in basketball, you have these weird thoughts. You like, why the fuck am I thinking that right now? Have you ever had that? Of note?
I haven't had a weird. I don't think I have any weird thoughts. I did have a fantasy about just a fight in general, but I never had any weird thoughts about just a final opponent.
Okay. If Gary Russell wasn't boxing, he would be what?
If I wasn't what?
If you wasn't a professional boxer, you would be what?
Ooh, man. I'm a product of my environment, man. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know, I'm definitely a product of my environment. You know, I'm not sure what I would have became if it wasn't from boxing. You know, I know boxing gave me an outlet. Boxing isn't who I. Boxing is what I do. It's not who I am, but it definitely gave me an outlet. You know, I was an individual that definitely needed an outlet. I grew up in DC, and when it was the murder capital, all of my friends and associates and etc., you know, they were hustling and selling drugs, getting locked up, getting killed, and et cetera, you know, just to try to make some money or whatever, you know. So I ain't no telling. I'm just grateful that my parents was astute enough and smart enough, and I was the aggressive one, you know. So my parents was smart enough to say, "Hey, let's put him in boxing," you know, and I grew a liking to it. You know, I liked it, and I honestly enjoyed going to the gym. If I didn't go to the gym, I get mad especially when I was little. I get mad, I cry. If I didn't spar, I wanted to spar. If I ain't spar, if it was nobody in there big enough for me to box, I'd be mad, I'd cry, and instead I just wanted to fight. I just wanted to fight, you know. So I'm not sure.
Man, you gave us
that's an honest answer.
Damn, imagine. Well, I before I even knew you, I've always loved your talent, and boxing is blessed to have you for sure, for sure, man. And you gave us 70 minutes, man. It's a hell of an interview, man. We always drop classics, man. Okay. What music do you listen to? I've always wanted to know that, like when you're in the car by yourself.
I listen to a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay.
Recently, I've been listening to a lot of reggae music, a lot of like Bob Marley music, like the shot. You know the movie Shotta.
The movie Shotta.
Yeah, the movie Shotta. You never seen that movie?
I'm gonna put it in right now.
Oh man,
spell it.
Bad motherfucker.
Spell it.
Bob Marley.
Oh no, Bob Marley. Okay, no, I haven't seen it. No.
Yeah, Bob Marley. I think it's Bob Marley's son. I think it's his son. I'll probably play their soundtrack, but it's a lot of Jamaican. It's SHOTTAS.
Okay.
You gotta look at that down. That's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
Hands down.
Okay.
Hands down. I listen to rap, but I don't listen to a rap or the new rap. My little brothers and them, they get me hip to the new rap. They get me hip to the new rap. I definitely like me some jazz. I definitely like me some jazz. Real chill, laid back jazz.
You know who you may like? D Smoke.
Who?
D Smoke. DSMOKE. D Smoke. You might like him. He got that song that Deontay Wilder came out to, but his album is fire. He's from Inglewood. He's like from my like the city outside of mine, the next city over. Yeah, he's.
I'm gonna have to check him out.
D Smoke. D Smoke. Yeah.
D Smoke.
Yeah. D Smoke. You gonna love him. You gonna love him. You gonna love him because I've always wanted to ask you that question because you're very contemporary, but your ring entrances are never contemporary. Like in terms of music, you understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, I wonder what he listens to because I can have a conversation with you about 20 stuff that's going on in 2020, but your ring entrances are like, nah, you know what I mean? So that's why I always want to ask you that question. Yeah,
a little bit of everything.
Okay, for sure. Man, I appreciate you, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. I genuinely appreciate you, man, giving us 75 minutes, man. I don't take this for granted, man. You know what I mean? I never do. You know what I mean? Shit, God blessed you with a unique talent, man, and I think you're special, man, for sure. And
thank you, man. I definitely appreciate it. And I'm glad that you appreciate and you like the work that I do because it's stuff like that that keeps me motivated. You know, it helps me stay motivated. You know, even if I wasn't competing in the sport, I'd still be in the gym working out and everything else. You know, but that stuff gives me the extra little drive and gives me a little extra fuel. So thank you for liking the work that I do because I damn sure don't cut no corners and I work hard to give y'all the performances that you see.
Any last words?
I'm ready to fight.
Hey, I want you to fight all the black guys. For real, because I want all y'all to make the money. I want to keep the money in house, but I damn sure want to see you beat up a Mexican, dog. I swear I do, man. And I say that from my heart, man. Man, you ain't got to say that. You ain't got, but I just want you to beat up on one of them, man. I'm just being real. Like, man, it just irks me sometimes. You know what I mean? And obviously the usual suspects, but man, Valdez, Mares, Santa Cruz, man, man.
I mean,
that would make me happy. That would be like, you know what I mean? Here's for running for 3 years. Bop, take that. And you don't knock them out. You know what I mean? You just beat them up for 12 rounds.
I mean, I fuck with the Mexican people.
I know, I know what you're saying.
They're my cousin. You know what I'm saying? They're my cousin. You know,
but they've been running from you, man, intentionally, man. Like,
I mean, and to be honest with you, it's been blacks and Latinos that's honestly been running the sport.
Absolutely right.
In any sport that there is in the history of sports, we've been the one that's been dominating.
No, and you're absolutely right. But just from a nigga in the barbershop perspective, you know what I mean? Floyd, Oscar De La Hoya, you know what I mean? Just from that perspective, you know what I mean? Just for me personally, man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You can lie all day and stuff. There's something to say in the gym, right?
Facts.
We say this in the gym. It don't matter what your nationality is. It don't matter what race you is. None of that matters. Ass whoopings are universal. It says, hey, ass whoopings are universal.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? That shit speak the same language. Facts. It don't matter which your ethnicity is. Ass whooping universal. You understand? You're getting that ass beat. Tell you that much. Hey, look, ask King Tug. Ask Tug. Ask Tug. He wasn't speaking English. He didn't know what I was saying. But I know one thing. When they was announcing the score, he was shaking his head like, dang, he just beat my ass. Yeah. I know I lost this fight.
Yeah. He had 4 game plans and all 4 failed. He was trying to,
And listen, in that square, I don't need. I don't need better than that. I make shit come to life. I create. It's funny because I feel like I literally slow down time and place a person right here.
Wow.
Right there. And then like, okay, let me stand right here and hit, then speed it up, and so I can already have my hands position so I can fire this shit back.
So you see everything before it happens anyway.
I mean, I do, and then I create it as well.
That's powerful. You create it.
Oh yeah. No, I create it as well. What I mean by that, I'm gonna explain it to you. I'm gonna put you up on game. I'm gonna explain it to you. It does matter if you're orthodox or southpaw, but it kind of doesn't really matter. But let me see. I'm gonna try to break it down. With you, what are you? You
I'm orthodox.
Okay, so you'll be orthodox. So we're standing in front of each other, right? I'm southpaw.
Yep.
So my right foot is in front of your left foot.
Yep.
We line right up.
Yep.
Now, if you about to throw a punch, in case of the fight, have a chance. So you'll see the move or some type of forward back motion.
Damn.
You know, and I have good enough eyes and good enough reflexes to be able to get out of the way before the punch even gets there.
Wow.
You know, because I can see the shit coming. I can see it coming. And what I mean by I create it is I might not be able to know what punch you're going to throw, but I can actually I can still read your body. And another thing, what I mean by me creating it is, say for instance, if I'm in a fight, I know I'm going to throw a 1-2, right? Now, just picture me. Just picture us lined up.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to throw a 1-2. Now, if I throw a 1-2 correctly, I'm going to throw my jab and I'm going to step up and I'm going to shoot my left hand. And when I shoot my left hand, I'm going to bring my body physically, my body is going to be, when I finish, my body is going to be positioned closer up to like your jab hand.
Yep.
Right? So what I mean by I created is, I don't know what the fuck you going to throw, but I know what I'm going to throw because I'm in the ring, I'm navigating, I'm moving around. I already know before I throw my 1-2 that when I throw my 1-2, the only thing that you will be able to throw back efficiently will be your hand.
Right hand, right?
Your right hand.
You got you.
Because body position, physically, hand too close. It would be
gotcha.
Anything hard. You would probably be able to throw it, but it wouldn't be nothing of substance. Close, it'd be smoke. And hard. I already know because of where I'm going to be positioned. The only thing that you can fucking throw hard, and because we're moving so fast, and this shit is happening 9 times out of 10 instinctively, because I'm in that position, you're going to throw that motherfucking hand because that's the only hand that's available for you to throw. That's available for you to throw efficiently.
Gotcha.
So I create those moments when I fight. I'll be moving and I'll see a guy. He might look like he's set to throw a punch. So I'll feint and step back. I'll step back. I'm gonna break his rhythm, and then I'll step a certain way or to a certain angle or etc. And when I do step that certain angle and I do a side to attack, I know where I'm going to finish. I know where I'm going to finish when I attack. So I know the only thing that I will leave him accessible when I finish will be this or that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already computing. I already see this shit down the street, and not to mention, I still have to be to read the person's body language and to see that motion before they step to punch. And I got good enough eyes and reflexes to get the punch out the way, or not necessarily get out the way because I'm not to do like what other people do. Most of these guys, they're taught to do. You either see these guys all offense, meaning they're completely attacking, or all defense, meaning they're just completely just avoiding a shot. You know,
gotcha.
very rarely do you see it. Type counter here and there. You got guys good count. There's good count. They do counter 1 shot, 2, depending on, you know, if they have something like that, 1 or 2 shots.
Damn, man, he was going deep on that motherfucker. God damn, man. Oh, I hate my service right now. Anyways, man, Gary Russell is he gonna call back. We gonna end this. Damn, man. He was in his zone too. I knew what he was saying, but he'll call back right now. But yeah, Mr. Gary Russell Jr., man, he giving us 1 hour and 25 minutes right now, man. Make sure y'all go to his Instagram and tell him thank you. Go to his Twitter and tell him thank you. Because this is some great shit he's giving us, man. You know what I mean? So take the time just to tell him thank you. And I'll tell him thank him on y'all behalf, but y'all physically tell him thank you. And that'll do it. He's gonna call back. Damn it, man. I wanted y'all to hear exactly what he was saying. Damn. Well, anyways, man, it was a great interview. I wanted to go run before we go live, but we go live in 30 minutes. So, but anyways, man, he's calling back right now. That's it. No, that's someone. Barbershop conversations, man. And yeah, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Gary Russell, I genuinely appreciate you calling in, man. It's my, I don't know why. I guess it's being on a hill or something, man. I don't know, but it's been funny. I don't know why. I typically have great service in my office. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. I genuinely appreciate you guys. And don't forget to tell Gary Russell, thank you for this hour and 30-minute interview, 90 minutes of quarantine time of just beautiful, epic stuff. And I'll talk to you guys real soon. Appreciate y'all.